Okay, so we're diving into JCB's latest product launches.
Mm.
And you know what? You're right. Sometimes it's the stuff you wouldn't expect that really grabs your attention.
Yeah, it's like everyone gets excited about the big flashy excavator, but for me,
It's the smaller things, I guess you could say the side dish announcements that really get me going.
exactly, it's those subtle shifts that often have the biggest impact in the long run, you
Yeah.
know? And when I saw this Bluetooth tracker, I thought, okay, we've all used these for our keys, but JCB is.
Taking it to a whole other level.
Right. This isn't just about finding your keys. This is about serious productivity on job sites.
And it's not just some standalone thing. They've actually integrated it into their LiveLink system,
Exactly. So we're talking about tracking everything from hand tools to larger pieces of equipment all in one place.
which makes sense because how many times have you, like, lost your hammer?
Oh, all the time.
Even in my own garage, it drives me crazy. So I can only imagine the frustration on a, sprawling construction site.
Oh, absolutely. Those minutes lost searching add up. It impacts deadlines. It impacts, ultimately, the bottom line.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, we've got Bluetooth trackers keeping tabs on everything, but what else caught your eye?
Well, this might not sound as exciting as a Bluetooth tracker, but let's talk operator comfort for a minute.
Right, operator comfort. I mean, a happy worker is a productive worker, right?
Precisely. And JCB seems to get that. They've rolled out a fully glazed, heated cab option for their 403E compact wheeled loader.
Now, that's some serious luxury.
Right. But it's more than just luxury. The article mentioned heated windscreens for defrosting and demisting, which is, of course, essential for visibility and safety.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. No more squinting through a frosty windshield.
Exactly. And if you're not freezing your butt off, you're probably a lot more focused on getting the job done.
100%.
Plus, there's that added bonus of being able to precondition the cab while the loader is charging.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, it helps preserve battery power, which is a big deal for electric vehicles.
So you're not draining the battery just to warm up the cab. They really thought of everything.
It's all about those little efficiencies, right? And speaking of, JCB has also been busy with their rotating telescopic handlers.
Oh, yeah. Those things are beasts.
Mhm.
What'd they cook up this time?
The 558-210R PR and the 558-260R PR, they've really upped their game with these models.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What makes them so special?
Well, they've boosted the maximum lift capacity by 300 kilograms.
300. Wow. So what are we talking, like carrying an extra car on there now?
We're talking a total of 5,800 kilograms.
Okay, yeah, that's a whole lot of extra lifting power.
Exactly. To handle all that extra weight, they've upgraded several components like the slew ring, that's the big bearing that lets the upper part rotate.
Okay, makes sense. Got to make sure it can handle all that.
Right. But it's not just about raw power. They've also added a bunch of new standard features with a big focus on safety.
Well, you can never have too much safety, especially with those massive machines.
Exactly. So, for example, they now come standard with a whole safety pack that includes side and rear cameras.
Oh, that's huge. I mean, visibility is everything on a job site.
Yeah. And they've also got rid of those super loud backup alarms, the beep, beep, beep,
Oh, my goodness.
and replaced them with a much easier on the ears white noise alarm.
Music to my ears. So what about those operator comfort features? Anything new on that front?
They've definitely carried those over to the telehandlers. Heated air suspension seats and air conditioning now come standard.
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. Sign me up. That sounds amazing.
Right. They understand a comfortable operator is a productive operator.
100%. So anything else? What about the controls?
Actually, yeah, they've made some nice improvements there, too. They've got a new radio control option that gives operators real-time load parameter displays.
Oh, that's super helpful. Having that information readily available has to make a huge difference in terms of decision-making and just overall efficiency.
Exactly. It's about working smarter, not harder. And speaking of which, there's also this new work platform specifically designed for these telehandlers.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Tell me about it because it looked pretty impressive.
It is. It's designed to work with both the 558 Pro and 513 Pro models, and it's incredibly flexible. Operators can control it from either the cab or directly from the platform using a remote.
So depending on the task, they can be right there on the platform or up in the cab. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's all about giving the operator the best vantage point. And of course, safety is a top priority, so it meets the EN 280 safety standard.
Well, that's good to hear. So what kind of weight capacity are we talking about with this platform? What can it actually handle?
It's designed for a 1,000 kilogram operating load, so that's up to 3 people plus their equipment.
Wow. That's a pretty decent-sized crew. No more squeezing onto tiny platforms, that's for sure.
Right, and the platform itself is really spacious. It
Mm.
has a fully extended width of 4.4 meters.
That's massive. That's like having a small patio up there.
It is, and that extra space makes a huge difference in terms of what you can actually do up there. You can comfortably have, say, 2 workers installing siding or roofing, something that would be nearly impossible on a smaller platform. It's not even just about the size, though. It's they've added all these other features that make it really versatile. Like, you can actually rotate the platform 90 degrees to either side.
No way. That's so cool. I can only imagine how useful that would be in, like, tight spaces.
Yeah, it's really impressive. And they've thought about safety too. Like, when the platform is in remote mode, the machine automatically turns on its load management system.
So even when the operator's not right there in the cab, there's that extra layer of safety built in, just making sure everything's still within the limits. That's really smart.
Exactly. It's like they thought of everything with this platform. Really drives home the point that even with all this big equipment, it's about versatility and safety.
Yeah, and they've given us so much to think about with all these new releases. It really seems like JCB is like really focused on all the little things that can actually make a difference on a job site. And before we go, almost forgot, there's that new steering option for their loaders, right?
Oh, right. The liver steer system. Yeah, I mean, that's such a good example of how they're really putting the operator first, focusing on, ergonomics and making things easier to control.
Yeah, so instead of a steering wheel, it's like a lever or something.
Exactly. A fingertip control lever, all integrated into this adjustable armrest.
So no more like fighting the steering wheel all day long.
Exactly. Think about tasks that involve like a lot of back and forth, loading, stockpiling, stuff like that. It can get tiring, and that fatigue that can really impact, how efficiently you're working.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes total sense. With the lever system, it's all about those small, precise movements, less strain on the operator, more precision on the job.
Exactly. And because that armrest is adjustable, operators of all different sizes can find a comfortable ergonomic position.
It always comes back to those little details.
Yeah, it does. Those are the things that make all the difference.
Yeah, so from Bluetooth trackers to heated cabs with joysticks, it really seems like the name of the game is working smarter, not harder.
It really does. It's definitely an exciting time to be following construction tech.
It really is. Well, that about wraps it up for our deep dive into JCB's latest and greatest. If you're as intrigued by all of this as we are, be sure to check out the full articles. We've linked to them in the show notes. And let us know what you think. What innovations are you most excited about? What do you think the future holds for the construction industry? Until next time.